Get ready for Fantasy Hoops. Step into the arena, RCMP Plus. It's not luck, it's logic. Bang, that's a powerbomb move right there. Light it up, big fella. Woo, that's fantasy fireworks. Buckets on buckets, baby. Ain't no rivalry like an RCMP rivalry. From stats to smack talk, where trash talk meets true talk. It's not just fantasy, it's legacy.
Welcome back to RCMP Plus Fantasy Hoops, the only league where the drama is bigger than the box scores and the trash talk never stops. I'm Tommy Douglas, ready to light it up like it's draft night already.
And I'm PG-13, rocking the Brewers cap, big smile, and ready to stir up some chaos. Because folks, the snake draft is just days away, and you better believe this year is gonna get wild.
Mark your calendars. October 11th is draft day. Circle it, highlight it, tattoo it if you need to. And right after that, NBA tip-off week hits, meaning the real fireworks are just around the corner.
Oh, and let's not forget, this isn't just another draft. We've got 12 teams loaded with rivalries, storylines, and one or two GMs who might just draft with their heart instead of their brain. I'm looking at you, Padfoot.
Shots fired already. But that's why we're here tonight. We're breaking it all down the risky stars with bad Achilles. Where should LeBron be drafted? And of course, we're running a round one mock draft simulation that is guaranteed to ruffle feathers.
Buckle up, folks. This is RCMP Plus Fantasy Hoops, and it's about to get even more spicy. Then, when Guardians lost to Power Bombers by 1 point.
All right, let's talk about the elephant. Or should I say the toe in the room? Padfoot's toes. Last year, they didn't draft for stats. They drafted by player names. Like they were filling out a Pokemon team or something.
Laughs. For real. They took Mike Porter Jr. because they liked how it sounded. They drafted Colin Sexton because, quote, Sexton is a vibe. No wonder they lost 7 straight.
Longest losing streak of the year. 7 games. And it wasn't because of bad luck, it was because they thought Jonas Valanciunas was too fun of a name to pass on. Fantasy strategy? 0. Comedy gold? Absolutely.
So the big question, does Padfoot do it again this year? Or do we finally see them draft based on, I don't know, actual basketball?
My money's on them still picking names. Watch them draft Amen Thompson just so they can say amen every time he scores.
Laughs. Or they take Bulbul cause it's fun to say twice. Padfoot's gonna Padfoot.
All right, let's pivot to the King LeBron James. 40 years old, still putting up numbers. But every season we hear the word retirement floating around. Which RCMP Plus team should draft him?
This is tricky. If you're in win now mode, sure, snag LeBron. But you gotta accept the risk he might ride off into the sunset mid-season.
I think the perfect fit is the Guardians. Hear me out, if he can secure Luka in the first round and then LeBron second, how can you pass that up? Plus their logo already screams Lakers. That's the ultimate mentor build. He may not last forever, but he can give that squad instant credibility.
Guardians? Nah. LeBron's gotta go to the Pinguinis. Get KAT first, and then LeBron? That's a super team on paper. And you know the Pinguinis love their drama. Imagine the trade chaos if he retires mid-year classic Pinguini soap opera.
Laughs. Or maybe he ends up on Dunkin' Donuts. Nothing says rookie owner energy like drafting LeBron thinking he's still 25.
That would be the ultimate Dunkin' Donuts pick coffee hot for 2 months, ice cold by All-Star break.
But let's be real, LeBron deserves to finish on a team that will actually use him. The question is, does anyone here have the guts to gamble on him in the first few rounds?
And bigger question, if he does retire this season, who becomes the face of fantasy? Is it Jokic? Is it Luka? Or is Ant-Man ready to take the throne?
Ooh, cliffhanger for another episode. All right, now we gotta talk about the 3-headed Achilles monster, Tatum, Dame, Halliburton. 3 of the biggest names in this league, all coming off the same injury. That's the kind of draft night nightmare that makes GMs sweat through their shirts.
Achilles is the graveyard, man. You don't just stroll back in after popping that thing. It's like losing your turbo button in NBA Jam. You can play, but you ain't dunking from the free throw line anymore.
Exactly. Let's start with Tatum, the Celtics' golden boy. Normally, you'd lock him in at top 5 without blinking. Now, you draft him early. You might be drafting a ghost.
Or worse, a decoy. Achilles guys love jogging around like they're healthy, then suddenly you realize your top pick's just out there clapping after missed shots. Big yikes.
All right, Dame next. Damian Lillard. The mileage on those legs is insane. He's older, he's smaller, and now he's got the same injury that's retired careers. If Dame doesn't bounce back, whoever drafts him is basically setting their season on fire.
See, that's why I think he screams alpha. That dude lives for the 2010s. LeBron, KD, Curry, Harden. He's gonna see Dame on the board and think it's still 2016. Next thing you know, he's cooked.
Ha, facts. And then there's Halliburton. This one hurts, man. Still on the rise, one of the flashiest young stars. But Achilles takes your burst, your first step, your swagger. He's either the steal of the draft or the landmine that blows up your whole team.
Oh, that's the GOAT's pick. 100%. Jokic the GOAT is all about rolling dice with the Guardians in his corner. He'll say, Hallie's worth it, trust me. And then by week 3, he's trying to trade him to the Guardians for like Najee Marshall and a bag of chips.
Laughs. Meanwhile, Padfoot's sitting there like, do I like how the name sounds? Tatum? That has a ring to it. Boom, she locks him in. And suddenly, the league's only female GM is running on vibes while the rest of us are sweating analytics.
I swear Padfoot's team is gonna end up as a first-name all-star squad again. Halliburton, Tatum, Jalen, Bam, Zion. Looks great on a poster, but stats?
Bottom line, drafting any of these 3 is like walking a tightrope. If you're lucky, you look like a genius. If not, welcome to the Padfoot Toes 7-game losing streak club.
Woof, that's brutal, but hey, somebody's gonna roll those dice. I can't wait to see who.
Okay, now let's pivot to the draft. And the beauty of the snake draft is balance. You pick first, you wait forever to pick again. You pick last, you double dip.
Yeah, you know the archetypes. The early pick hero, he grabs Jokic or Luka and then spends the next 45 minutes praying the app doesn't crash before his next turn.
Then there's middle madness. The guy stuck at 6th. Overthinks every single pick. Drafts Jaren Jackson Jr. like he's prime Shaq.
And don't forget the back-end gambler. 2 picks back-to-back. Goes for risky upside. Ends up with Chet Holmgren and Zion. It's genius or it's disaster. No in between.
All right, let's get into the draft order. The great unknown.
Snake draft. 12 teams. 1 through 12 can make or break your season. You land that number 1? Congrats. You're eating Wemby, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, SGA. You get stuck at 12? You better hope you're crafty.
And that's where the archetypes come in. Every GM in RCMP Plus has a style, a signature way they draft. Let's run it down, PG.
All right, take the power bombers. He's the numbers guy, always thinking value, sleepers, efficiency. If he's stuck late, he'll probably double dip guards like Brunson in SGA and tell us he's playing chess while everyone else plays checkers.
Then you got King Cobras, the proven winner. Doesn't care about flash, just drafts dudes who rack up points. If he lands number 1, forget about it, that's three-peating territory. The league might riot.
Now, Padfoot Toes, the wild card. She once drafted her squad based purely on names, did you know? Like she was building a boy band instead of a basketball team. If she gets number 1 this year, I swear, LeBron's coming off the board first.
Facts. Then there's Alpha, the time traveler. Still drafting like it's 2014. Curry, KD, Harden, Kawhi, if they had a finals run in the 2010s, Alpha wants him. Draft order won't matter. He's coming for nostalgia points.
Ballers? Easy. The trash talker. Doesn't matter who he drafts. His win condition is chirping everybody else. But if his guy gets sniped right before him, the meltdown is going to be chef's kiss content.
Z Tigers, the young gun. Loves upside, loves the shiny new toys. Anthony Edwards is his crown jewel. And if he gets a top pick, I bet he snags Wemby or Flag just to double down on youth.
Then we got the GOATs. Jokic the GOAT. He's the star chaser. Jokic is his North Star, his identity. Doesn't matter if he's picking at 1 or 12, he'll make sure the Joker is in his lineup or burn the whole thing down trying.
Pinguini's crafty, the traitor. He doesn't just draft for himself, he drafts to make moves. If he ends up in the middle of the order, don't be shocked if he grabs somebody else's favorite player just to flip them later.
Guardians, man. They're like the comeback story. Fell hard last year, but Luka's their guy. If they're in the top 5, Luka's gone. And if they're late, oof, could get ugly again.
2 balls, 1 hoop steady. The system player. Doesn't flash, doesn't gamble. They just grind out wins. But we've never really seen them draft early. The pressure, that could be their Achilles heel.
Dunkin' Donuts, the fan pick GM, loves the Lakers. I swear, if he drafts Austin Reeves in round 1, we'll know the draft order's cursed.
And finally, Notre Dame time. NDT. This is a dark horse. We don't know much about how this team operates just yet. But let's keep it safe and say he is probably gunning for a top 5 pick SGA.
See, that's the beauty of the mystery order. It doesn't just decide who gets Wemby. It decides who gets exposed. Because the archetypes, they can't hide on draft night.
Lock it in. October 11. Draft order goes live. Chaos begins. And by the end of round 1, somebody's crying into their team logo. All right, let's get into it. Mock draft time. We're stepping into the war room of every GM in this league. And you know some of these dudes are gonna melt under the clock.
Oh, no question. Let's start with the power bombers. First pick, and you already know, he's sitting there with a whiteboard, 2 laptops, and probably a flowchart of Jokic's advanced stats.
He's got Jokic grocery list memorized. But watch, he's gonna overthink it. He'll take SGA.
Next up, King Cobras. The champ. Always calm, always steady.
Yeah, steady. Until he drafts DeJounte Murray in round 4 again. Bro treats Murray like a family heirloom.
And he'll still end up in the finals. That's the worst part.
Now the Guardians. Oh man, they're the wild card. Every year, they go in with a plan, and then panic pick Sengun because the room got too quiet.
No. My favorite is when they take a guy, immediately regret it, and then start blasting the group chat with trade offers before the draft even ends.
We should install a 5-minute cooldown on their trade button.
All right, let's talk Z Tigers. The baby of the league.
You already know their Wi-Fi is gonna cut out at pick 6. They'll come back, see the system auto-picked Andre Drummond, and try to convince everyone to restart the draft.
And then by week 2, they're starting Drummond over Anthony Edwards.
Cracking up. You're evil for that one. How about Alpha? That's the GM who thinks every pick is a steal.
Yup. Drafts Middleton in round 6 and tweets, "Can't believe he was still there."
Meanwhile, everyone else passed because Middleton's knees sound like bubble wrap.
Okay, let's not forget Padfoot toes. The legend of round 3, Colin Sexton.
Oh, it's happening again. Padfoot's gonna reach for Sexton, smile like she just pulled off a heist, and then end the season 5-15.
We're putting a Sexton tracker on the draft board this year, sponsored by RCMP Plus.
Ballers time. These guys draft like they're running a 2K simulation.
Exactly. They'll take 80 again with their first pick. then rage quit the season when he sprains an ankle in the opener.
AD gonna be on the injury report before the draft even ends.
How about Jokey the GOAT?
Oh, you mean Guardians Jr.? That guy only drafts players he can immediately flip to the Guardians. The draft board's basically a Guardians shopping cart.
Yup. His whole strategy is draft Zion, send Zion to Guardians, profit.
Trade negotiations already happening before the end of the night.
And finally, 2 balls, 1 hoop. These guys love to come in hot.
Yeah, beat the Cobras in week 1 last year, remember? But on draft night, they'll take Beasley in round 3, tell us it's a sleeper, and then act shocked when it backfires.
Beasley, Okongwu, Sarr, their draft board looks like a summer league roster.
Straight G League vibes. And somehow, they'll still beat King Cobras in their first week face-off again. Welcome back to the RCMP Fantasy Hoops Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Douglas.
And I'm PG-13. Draft night is almost here, October 11th, so you know we had to bring the heat.
Now we're running through a full round 1 mock draft. All 12 teams, all 12 picks. We're talking favorites. We're talking steals. We're talking chaos.
And remember, this league is points, not categories. Nobody cares about your free throws. We're talking straight fantasy killers. Let's not waste time. In the first pick, the GOATs take Jokic. I mean, the team's literally named after him.
It'd be like Apple passing on Steve Jobs. No way it was ever anyone else.
Exactly. Jokic is fantasy basketball's cheat code. Triple-double factory, barely any turnovers, never comes out of the lineup.
Yeah, but the man shows up to media day looking like he hasn't touched a basketball since April. One of these years, that horses and beer lifestyle is gonna catch up.
Stop it. He's the only guy who can spend his summer racing ponies and still drop 30, 15, 12 on opening night.
In the second pick, Guardians snag Luka at 2. Their favorite guy, no hesitation.
It's the perfect marriage. Luka is everything Guardians are about. Loyalty, star power, and a touch of drama.
You mean the drama of limping into April like a dude in a beer league with a pulled hammy?
Fair. Luka's good for 70 fantasy points one night and then a back strain the next. But if you're trying to win the league, you can't pass on him. Pick 3 goes to the Power Bombers, and SGA goes to the Power Bombers. You gotta love it.
The most Canadian pick possible. Power Bombers love Brunson, but now they've got Canada's best guard running the show.
And unlike Luka, SGA actually plays defense, which doesn't matter for fantasy, but it means he's on the floor in crunch time.
Only knock is OKC spreads the love. But nah, this man's putting up MVP numbers. Great pick. At pick number 4, Pinguinis, and here comes the chaos. The Pinguinis grab Wemby at 4.
Mamma mia, it's a Wemby.
Laughs. Every year, the Pinguinis roll the dice. This is the ultimate boom or bust.
But let's be real, Wemby could average 25, 10, and 4 blocks. Fantasy gold.
Or he tweaks his ankle, and the whole Penguin colony drowns.
Pick 5, King Cobras with Giannis. I mean, this team just drafted a battering ram.
Giannis is like plugging in a cheat code. You know he's good for 60 fantasy points without even trying.
Yeah, but free throws don't matter here, so all his flaws disappear. He's the Thanos snap pick.
And you know Cobras love a power move. Reeves is their heart, but Giannis is the hammer. Pick 6 again this year. And oh boy, here we go. AD to the ballers.
Laughs. Of course, nobody loves chaos more than ballers. He's the league's biggest trash talker, and now he's got the biggest injury risk.
Every group chat for the next 6 months is just ballers saying AD is the best player alive after one 40-point night, then disappearing when he sprains a toe.
That's the ballers experience. Drama and receipts. Coming in at pick number 7, Padfoot with the LeBron pick. Loyalty always wins.
It's tradition at this point. She's the only woman GM in the league, and the most loyal LeBron's her guy, and she'll take him until he retires.
But pick 7? That's gutsy. He's 40 years old, Tommy.
Hey, he's still averaging 25-8-8. I wouldn't put it past LeBron to outscore half these young bucks. Z Tigers land the 8th. Pick and choose Ant-Man. This just makes sense.
That's the most Tigers pick possible, young, cocky highlight machine.
And Ant just fits their brand. He'll throw down dunks, talk trash, and make SportsCenter every week.
Only risk? He's still learning consistency. But for fantasy, he's an explosion waiting to happen. Number 9, 2 balls, 1 hoop and Embiid at 9 is insane value.
Yeah, this team has no favorite. So they just stole the former MVP. That's a heist.
Only concern, you're drafting Embiid, you're also drafting load management. But hey, when he plays, it's 60 points easy.
Pick 10 goes to Dunkin' Donuts. Sabonis, for Dunkin' feels right, steady, reliable, zero drama.
It's like ordering plain coffee instead of a donut. But you know what? That plain coffee gets you through the day.
Sabonis is a walking 2015 Knight. Dunkin' doesn't care about flash. They care about box scores.
Pick 11 in the first round goes to Norte Dame Time. NDT. NDT reaches for Cooper Flag. Rookie Fever.
Like the Blazers, they love their projects. This is the ultimate swing for the fences pick.
Could be the steal of the century. Could also be Michael Olowokandi too.
And the final pick, of course, Alpha closes with KD.
Classic Alpha. They only draft the 2010s legends. KD, Steph, Harden, Kawhi, Clay, Bron. That's their playbook.
One day, they're gonna draft Paul Pierce just to keep the theme alive. Okay, real talk. Who actually deserved to be the number 1 pick?
It's still Jokic. No player is safer. No player scores this consistently.
I say Wemby. The upside is too crazy. This man's putting up cheat code stat lines.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
It's not Kool-Aid, it's champagne, and I'm popping bottles. All right, time for bold predictions. I'll start. 2 balls, 1 hoop is going all in on Sixers. Embiid in the first, Maxey in the second, Tobias in the 5th. Book it.
My bold prediction? The Ballers will have the sexiest draft. Like, everyone will say they won the night, but by December, they'll be 3-10.
Here's mine. Z Tigers will take a player who has just started the NBA, like Cooper Flag in round 2.
Nah, bolder. Alpha drafts Kawhi Leonard again. Doesn't matter what team he's on, Alpha just finds a way to sneak him back.
All right, it's time to get bold.
Easy. Guardians. They're finally gonna get it right. I'm calling it now. Luka falls in their lap. They build a squad around him, and for once, they don't panic trade before week 5.
Laughing. You mean the same Guardians that drafted Sengun in the 3rd round last year? I'll believe it when I see it.
All right, Mr. Powerbomber Stan. Give me your bold take.
Okay, here's one Z Tigers will draft Cooper Flag before Giannis. Book it.
Dying, laughing. And somehow still try to trade him to Powerbombers for SGA.
Oh, you know the Bombers, they'd say no. But then 6 weeks later, Brunson's gone for Flag.
Speaking of trades, my bold call King Cobras finally loses one. The dynasty cracks. He drafts safe, plays boring, and by midseason, the league passes him by.
Mock gasping. Whoa, the champ? Done? You trying to start a riot in the group chat?
Hey, I'm just saying, when your big move is hoping Sabonis grabs 20 boards a night, it's only a matter of time.
Fair. Okay, my last one. King Cobras. He's gonna draft Austin Reeves again. Round 2. Lock it in.
If he does that, we need to replace him with an AI auto pick bot.
All right, folks. That's a wrap on our draft preview. The countdown is on October 11th. The order drops. We will have a countdown podcast before they go live, and RCMP Plus goes full chaos.
And then October 2021, NBA tip-off. The real season begins. But let's be honest. For us, it's not just about the NBA. It's about our league. Trades, rivalries, wild picks, and of course, endless trash talk.
Exactly. Every Monday, we're here breaking it down for you. Who's making moves, who's melting down, who's running their mouth, and who's running the standings.
So lock it in. RCMP Plus Fantasy Hoops. Draft night's coming. The NBA season's coming. And the madness starts now.
And remember, you don't win the season on draft night, but you sure can lose it.
We'll be back with the full breakdown once the dust settles. And remember,
This is RCMP Plus, where the fantasy never sleeps.
this is RCMP Plus, where the fantasy never sleeps.